Good morning. I'm Jen Holtz with AARP Maryland, and I'm back with Chef Christine Van Bloom.
Ooh.
So, Christine, the holidays, they're right around the corner. I know you've got something super fast and super fun and super delicious to cook today. So, I'm just going to kind of send this right over to you.
I love it. So listen, I am so stressed out. Are you stressed out?
Totally. Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm so stressed out. So I have to tell you that 2 weeks ago, my mother came to stay with us. So now I am full-time caregiver as well, and I
Oh,
have wonderful helpers that are coming in and all of that. But the prospect of Thanksgiving dinner is making me lose my mind. So
mhm.
everything for me this year is how can I do it easy? And I have a certain reputation to protect.
Of course.
So I wanted to show you the quickest, easiest little appetizer. And I know people are going to squawk because we're going to use a little bit of cheese in it, but I'm going to tell you, we know at the holidays we're going to have little bits. So let's just go and focus on having little bits of things. So I'm going to show you how to make
Mm.
this cool. And we are going to be using my favorite holiday little trickster, these little phyllo. Some people say phyllo. Yeah. But these pre-made shells that you can get at the grocery store, they're in the freezer section. And I have to tell you, grab a couple of these, just pop them in your freezer, because if you're like me and you have people dropping in, you can shove anything in these puppies.
Mhm.
And for the class that we're going to be doing on Saturday, I'm going to show you how to make like little apple pie bites out of them,
Ooh.
which are, yeah, they're really easy, but these make everything easy for you. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to take, I don't think yeah, we'll do that thing. So I'm going to take some of these, and generally, regardless of brand, you're going to get 15 in a box. I'm going to take these, pop them on a tray. Do not use the plastic tray. And then you would be surprised, Jeff. You would be surprised.
We all have a story,
So
right?
we all have a story. That's not my story. All right. So we're going to take a little bit of brie, just your basic brie. Listen, you do not have to go with the fancy brie on this one. You can go with whatever cheese suits your fancy. Just make sure it's kind of soft. And we're doing bites here, right? This is
Mhm.
not crab dip with 8 cream cheese blocks and half a pound of crab, or no, crab is good, half a pound of cheese in it. But
Sure.
I'm just going to cut this into little bits, nothing very big. And my true cheese lovers are going to go, Christine, what the heck? That's not enough. That's not enough cheese. It is enough. And we're just going to take it. These guys are already cooked, right? They're already, you could just thaw them and jam them full of whatever you want. But we're going to make it awesome because that's what we do. And let me tell you, if you have any teenagers or even younger kids that love to cook, these are a great way to get them involved
Great
in the kitchen.
suggestion. We've got a
Yeah.
lot of folks out there who have their grandkids over for the holiday and will definitely
Yeah.
be, working together in the kitchen. I know my kids like to hop in. So
Yes.
it's fun.
And it's like a, I don't know. I think everybody should be taking part in some way. If you're,
Mhm.
and that's just me. I mean, I am who I am. But I think people really love it too. I think people get ownership out of it.
Mhm.
And there's pride,
I agree. I
right?
agree. My college kid actually makes our apple pies. I mean, he just insists. I even gave him an out this year. I said, "Hey, maybe we just make everybody else bring desserts this year." And he said, "No, I am committed to making the apple pies." So it's great. I love it.
You raised that one right. Let
I
me
know,
tell you.
right? I know.
I love that. All right. So we're going to take 5 minutes in the oven, like 5 minutes at 350. What's our objective here? It's just to get the cheese melty, because melty cheese is good cheese.
Delicious.
Also, remember, we're talking tiny bits here of cheese. You do not want to, number one, you don't want to overflow the little cups, right? But just because it's the holidays doesn't mean that we're going to have maybe a little richer than we normally do, but it doesn't mean we have to go nutty with the
Right.
whole thing. So I have some cranberry sauce. Now, cranberry sauce is very controversial in my
It
house.
is.
I don't know. I don't know how you feel, but I think last year I made my homemade cranberry relish for you guys.
Yep.
I showed you how to do
Mhm.
it and how to do it using like a sugar substitute. You guys
Mhm.
can take a look back, go back a year and
Yep.
look. So if sugar is a problem for you, there are lots of sugar substitutes out there that you can use to make fresh cranberry relish, right? Love it. It's my favorite.
Mhm.
It's nobody else's favorite in my house, and I love it so much. And it makes my daughter is like cans, only cans. And it's just, I love her very much, but I question it every year around this
Yeah, like,
time.
is that your child? Yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's a very split camp, but I happen to love both. I really do. I like a little bit of each. I don't there's something about that, like, gelatinous slurp out
With
of
the
the
lines.
can that is like I love it,
Yeah.
and
And
also
that,
the homemade stuff is so good. Yes.
when it all comes, right? I don't know. I always picture it in my grandma's relish dish. I
Uh-huh.
always picture
Sliced
it.
and
And
yep.
I mean, that was a good time. But here's what we're going to do. I actually really like the whole cranberry for this because I like a little bit of texture to it,
Mhm.
right? Think about it, we're trying to have different things when we're doing a bite. It shouldn't be all smooth with crunchy. Like, let's have a little in
Right.
there. Does that make
Yum,
anyway? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some scallions. I know people are like, scallions? And you can go two ways with the scallions. You can pop them into the relish, or you can use them as a little garnish. I think
ooh.
maybe I'll use them as a little garnish today because I'm feeling fancy. All right. Now, clementines I have laying around the house. I'm going to do a little clementine zest. Regular oranges are fine, but I can't get enough clementines this time of year.
Yeah, they're
I
great. And they're just the right size. They're sweeter in
I
my
know.
opinion. They're great.
Yeah, and it's the much fewer seeds that I really like.
Mhm. Yep,
All
easier to
right,
peel.
so now I do have to say, even though he crossed the Rainbow Bridge about a year and a half ago, my dog and I would always share clementines.
Your
He was
dog ate
crazy for,
those?
oh, ate them. Like if I would crack one open, I could hear him hit the floor and come down the hallway and down the steps.
That's
He absolutely,
hysterical.
isn't that so funny? I know. So, oh, look, we're almost ready already. So I'm going to add a little bit of orange zest to it. In fact, I'm going to add a little more. And
While
if
you're
you're
adding
feeling the
more, we
vibe,
do have a question, Christine.
oh, give
So,
it to me.
are there other citrus fruits that maybe you would suggest for this? Like, would lemon work?
You know,
I'm not sure about lime. Would you stick with the
lime would
clementine?
have you not had a cranberry mule?
Oh, well, that's a good point. Okay.
Think about a
We can
cranberry
watch the
mule. And for
cocktails.
all of you, for all of you out there, you're basically using cranberry liquor
Mhm.
with lime juice and ginger beer. So cranberry and lime, they love each other.
Yeah.
Cranberry and orange, they're also super tight. I don't know how I feel about cranberry and lemon, but you don't even have to. Listen, if we're talking easy, crack open the can, dump it, stir a little bit, done.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
all you really have to do. All right. So I've got my zest and I've got a little bit of juice to add. Let
Mhm.
me pull this back over. I don't know. I just love it. There's something about clementines. I've made a clementine cake where I
Oh,
take the whole clementine, take several whole clementines, and I put them in a pot of water and cook them for 2 hours. And then you put the entire clementine into a blender.
wow. That sounds
Right?
amazing. I'm
It
all about
is.
the
And it
citrus.
used,
They're my favorite.
oh, good. Oh, look at this. Now, we're just a little melty here. You can go a little longer if you want to be a little meltier. But this is where we, make everybody happy. I'm going to take just a little spoon and I'm going to take a tiny bit. Don't get crazy. Oh, look, you're so gorgeous. All right. I love these. And look at this. You could have an 8-year-old helping you with this. As
Yeah.
long as you're supervising, going in and out. of the
So
oven. Always
simple.
supervise.
And I know, Christine, you're not the only one during the holidays who's balancing, caregiving responsibilities as well as hosting a good meal and trying to make it easy on yourself without losing your mind. I want to remind
Yep.
you and everyone out there that AARP has tons of resources for caregivers, and they know that especially around the holidays, things can get a little bit crazy. Go to aarp.org/caregiving, and it's all right there. Anything you could imagine around having that responsibility and going through that journey of caregiving, you can find help.
I seriously knew, I kid you not, when this all came down, and of course, like this always does when our parents get older, it happened very, very quickly. And we've been just incredibly blessed the entire journey. But I knew that AARP was going to have resources that I could use. And, I have the most incredible support system that you could ever hope for, really.
That's great.
Brothers, husband, kids, like really, it's truly amazing. Even so, I'm exhausted,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it is nice because I wanted to mention that situation simply because I know that people who are joining AARP now, we are going through this together.
Mhm.
So it's really important to know that there's all that support out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you also that this is an important time to start thinking about how to avoid being defrauded during the holidays. So all week long, we've been doing shred events, we've been doing teletown halls and some interviews with some experts, because you should know, and especially as a caregiver, because you're looking out for your loved ones, that the fraudsters are out there and they're in high gear during the holiday season. So please be vigilant, everyone.
Absolutely. And
Fraudwatchnetwork.org.
what is it? Fraudwatchnetwork.org.
Yep.
I love it. And that was
Mhm.
such a big concern for me, right? That was
Yep.
such a big concern. I think it is for all of us.
It
And
really
I
is.
get it. All right. So you ready? We're all but
What is
done.
that? Is
Now,
that sugar? What is that?
no sugar. This is super flaky salt.
Oh, I love it.
Now, you know how much I love my little fancy things, but I'm going to tell you, you can find fancy salt at your regular grocery store. I promise. Look in the international section, and almost every grocery store has an international section now. Look in the English section, and I think you might find something that you like. But I just do like the barest little, ooh, that one got a lot. Barest little sprinkle. And I love this because this sounds so silly, but it grows in like diamonds or
Oh,
pyramids. And it makes it super, super crunchy.
pretty.
That's it. It's done.
So
And
the
let me tell you,
sweet and the savory, that is my jam. I
that's the
love that.
thing.
I love everything you've done with this little appetizer. And it's not going to fill you up right before the turkey, right? It's just a little bite.
No, okay, wait, there we go.
Beautiful.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Love it. Love it.
That's how easy it is. Now, think about, listen, that aunt that everybody has, it's usually me, that doesn't do a darn thing, right? Put an aunt in charge of this.
Sure.
You cannot mess
Easy peasy.
this up. All right. Just make sure you use some form of a soft cheese. If your people love it, just use a little tiny bit of cream cheese. You can even get the light cream cheese. 5-10 minutes in the oven. That's all you need.
Perfect.
And
never
look,
let us
and
down,
once you
Christine. This is awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, I want simple, easy, tasty, and everybody's bringing stuff to Thanksgiving. So I don't even,
Right.
I'm going to do this and the turkey. Boom.
Perfect. So tell us,
That's
as
it.
a little teaser, what's going on Saturday? Is there still time to sign up?
Yes, sign up, because we always have the most fun. Jen, I love our Saturday classes because we get so many fun people from all over the country.
It's
That's
amazing.
the best part for me.
Yeah.
All over, like we have had international folks as well,
Really cool.
which is very exciting for me. So we are going to take this and I'm going to show you how to make a little apple pie with it, a little like bite-sized apple pie that you can totally make in advance.
Great.
Again, put your people to work though, if you want. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to do kind of a different sweet potato. I made them for my mom. I do some classes with the school system around here. I do virtual classes for them. Everybody went crazy over my sweet potatoes because I grew up with like the marshmallows and I never touched them. It was not
Not your thing.
it was not for me, but we're going to do a roasted sweet potato. And we use, again, we're trying to keep things on the healthier side. So we're not mashing it and adding butter and cream and all of that, but we're going to have tons of flavor with it. And I'm going to show you how to get a really good roast on something so that you get that brown crispiness on it. But it's a good time. We always have a good time. So register for that Saturday class. Come and see me then. And I can't wait.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Christine. Always a pleasure, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I will. And you too.
All right. Take care.